Welcome back. Today I'm going to be studying all about colors. It has been a while since I touched color theory, so I thought it would be a really great exercise to do it this weekend. My idea is to make mini flashcards and using oil pastels as my medium for this study session. I want to make it a little bit more fun, so I'm cutting out my mini cards using craft paper. You can see that I'm being super OCD here and rearranging my oil pastels because they are all over the place, and when it comes to studying colors, I just prefer to have them neater. So what I was doing was categorizing them first and then slowly putting them back. Now I'm cutting out the mini cards from the A4 craft paper using a pen knife. So from A4 paper, you just fold it half, use the pen knife to cut it, and then with the A5 size, you fold it again and use the pen knife to cut it. If you want to study colors but feel that this step is too troublesome, you can also download a template like this so you can skip right to the coloring and studying portion. If you want to study colors and get the template, you should check out the template link in the description below. Once I cut out all my craft paper, I also use the corner punch to make the little curve in the corner to make it extra cute. Now let's start making our own color wheel. Just grab a random circular object in your room. I'm using a toilet paper roll here so that we can draw a perfect circle that fits the size of our card. Then use a ruler and divide the circle into 12 pies. Then grab another card to put it on top, and we're gonna start filling in the primary colors first. So the primary colors are red, yellow, blue. So you just grab a red one and fill up the pie. And using the same color, also draw it in the other mini card. Do the same for all three colors. So when you do the mini colors, just make sure that you put them 3 pies apart. Okay, and the final color blue. And once you are done with the primary colors, then we'll move on to the secondary colors. So secondary colors is essentially the primary colors mixing together. So red plus yellow is orange, so in between the red and yellow we will color in an orange, and again we'll color it in that mini flashcard too. Then the next one is blue and yellow, so blue and yellow is green, so we'll color in the green and also put it on the mini card. And then the last one is the same, red plus blue is equals to purple, so we will color in the purple. Color in, okay, and then next we're gonna do tertiary colors. So tertiary colors, you just take both the side of the color, mix them together and find the closest one and color it in. So red and orange will be like a slightly darker orange, and then orange and yellow will be slightly a lighter orange, and then you just do the same for the rest of the box. So once you're done coloring, we're just gonna label everything. So for the mini cards, just write in primary, secondary, tertiary. And then for the color wheel, you can have fun. So for the color itself, I used bubble letter, and for wheel, I did some mini calligraphy. Next, we're gonna move on with color harmonies. So color harmony basically tells you what kind of colors go well with each other and can better help with our decision when it comes to picking good color combinations for our art piece, our design, and anything that have to do with art and design actually. So what I'm doing now is drawing 7 small circles, and then I'll be coloring all of them again. So it's just practicing of the color wheel again. Once we're done coloring all of them, we're basically going to start labeling. For the first wheel is actually monochromatic, so it involves a variation of a single color. So you can see that I'm going in with a black oil pastel to differentiate the 3 layers. Okay, basically if you use monochromatic, the idea here is that you can play with lightness, darkness and saturation so that you can create that depth within the single color. So once you're done, we're basically gonna label everything first. The first color wheel is monochromatic, so we're gonna label that, and then in the color wheel itself, we are going to draw 1 line and 3 dots within the same single color, and then proceed to label everything else. So we have analogous, complementary, split complementary, triadic, square, and rectangle. And then once you're done with all that, then we're going into the color wheel and drawing the lines and dots. So for analogous, it's very simple. It's basically colors that are adjacent to each other on the color wheel. For complementary, it's basically opposite colors. And then for split complementary, it's basically 1 base color and 2 adjacent colors to that opposite color. Triadic is basically a triangle, so just make sure you have 3 pies in between each dot. For the square, to make a nice square, what you want to do is to make sure there are 2 pies in between each dot. And for rectangle, there's a longer side and a shorter side. So for the shorter side, just make sure there's 1 pie difference, and then for the longer side, there are 3 pie difference. And then for the last part, we are going to do warm and cool colors. So separate the card into half, one side write warm, one side write cool. And then we're going to draw a circle in the middle. And then for the warm colors, basically we're going to color in the pink all the way to the yellow. And for the cool part, it's green all the way to the purple color. So for the warm color, it's essentially red, orange, yellow, and then for cool, it's green, blue, purple.